live. We are live here. I am now on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I am Saracina, super excited about this event that's happening in 3 days. Yes, 3 days. It is called Elevate Your Business. Whether you have a business, you're just starting a business, or you want to have a business, you want to tune into this event. Hello, Melanie. Today, I have the honor of interviewing one of the speakers that's going to be at the event, and he has so much going on. I was so lucky to get him in here. Now, this event, let me tell you really quick how it came to be. I'm a business owner, and I learned so much this year, especially from this person we're about to have. He's one of the big speakers on Breakfast with Champions. You may not know what that is. It's okay. It's okay. It's an audio app, and he's one of the speakers, and I hear his voice. When you hear his voice, guys, it's like, I don't want to say thunderous. It's very distinctive. Like when you hear Tony Robbins, when you hear Les Brown, you know it's them, right? So when you hear this man's voice, you're like, wow, that's pretty deep. So that impressed me right then and there. But this event is all the things that I needed throughout the year as a business owner, like Canva. I want to do a podcast. This is the beginning practice stages of my podcast. So I decided to get all the people that have supported me throughout the year and taught me different things. And then I thought, let's think a little bigger, Tina, because I always say, think big times 10, think big. That's just my thing, right? So I thought, what do I want to learn? So this event, which is Saturday, which is free, tap in somewhere. You'll see it somewhere. I'm posting everywhere. You'll see it. You're going to come to the event. He's one of the speakers, and I'm just going to pull him up. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to Instagram. I'm turning you around so you see this beautiful face. Hey, Marcus!
Yo. What up, family?
Did you hear that?
Incredibly elated, excited, and ecstatic to be here with you today.
Yes. So Marcus, the first question I want to ask you before we get into you, what made you say yes? Because you are an extremely, I don't use the word busy. You have a full schedule. And I remember when I thought about asking you, I was like, he's not going to do it. He's too busy. And then when people saw your name, they're like, you got Marcus, So what made you say yes?
I have a friend who does a teaching about connections and opening doors. And he basically said relationships are keys that open doors. And so for me, it comes down to the respect that I have for you as a leader and the way that you show up. Not only you've shown up for me, but the way I see you show up for everybody, being everyone's biggest cheerleader. And we live in a world where people feel like that if it's not about me, my, mine, I'm not promoting my own thing, I can't promote other people too, because there's not enough. We don't have an abundance mindset, but you live quite the contrary on the opposite. And so the way you show up is actually you. The way you show up, the way you support others, the way you always, I'm like, okay, you're building something that is not only powerful, something that can impact a lot of people. I want to show up for you the way you show up for other people. So if y'all listening, you want to attract the people in your life that are doing big things, then it's all about how you show up for those around you as well.
Yes, thank you. And I know you don't get this, but like low key, when I used to hear your voice in the mornings in BWC at 5, you were the one person that made me actually get out of bed. Don't tell Glenn that. Because I would but it's the tone of your energy. And then when I got to meet you in person, it was just infectious. So I'm just gonna, guys, he has so much going on. I'm gonna throw it over to you. I want you to tell us how you got started. I want to hear about Les Brown. I want to hear about Trent. Like I'm your little sister. I'm that one that's like, teach me. I'm throwing it over to you.
Yeah, so I'll start by saying that it's not been an easy journey for me. My life, a lot of it was difficult, especially growing up. I grew up in Mississippi, in the heart of the South, but there's a lot of things that come with that, i.e. poverty, just lack. There you go. That's a good way to put it, lack. You look at the rankings of all the negative statistics in the nation, Mississippi's going to be in that top 5 worst category of all of them. Not because it's a bad place. It's a beautiful place with beautiful people, but there's a lot of unique struggles that come with that. My family was, a part of that culture. So we struggled, family struggled, dad struggled. Like then, it caused him to try to fill a void inside himself with all these negative things, alcohol, gambling. And so this just led to a cycle of chaos inside my home trauma inside my home, anger inside my home, and to the detriment of the family unit. And why do I share that part of the story? Because what you're about to hear is how I was able to take that, obviously, with the strength that God gave me, and flip it on his head and go build something that people admire and want to be a part of now. But I want to show you, if you're far away from that place, if you're in the place right now of chaos, if you're in the place of trauma, if you're in the place of pain, if you are in the place of struggle and setback, I need you to know you're not defined by that season. It's only strengthening you for where you're going. There's no strength apart from struggle. You're here and you are a follower of Miss Tina. That means you know that she all about that strength, health, and fitness life. Well, in building that, you got to tear it down first in order to rebuild it stronger. That's what happens when you are working out. You are tearing down your body in order to refuel and rebuild it back better and stronger. So if you're in a difficult season, it is not to hold you back from your greatness. The mountain that you face in front of you is not meant to be a barrier from your destination or your greatness. It's only meant to elevate you and take you higher. So if you can adopt that mantra and get rid of the I'm so sad, the woe is me, the why is this happening to me, I never win, if you can get rid of that, you are wasting your time on sideways energy, and ain't nobody got time for that. And I did that. I'm telling you, as a person who played that game for many years, and why me, and why do I have to go through this, and why is this, and why? Before I realized I was never going to get an answer to those questions I was asking. And I had taken a lot of my life for granted, and it was a dance with death, and I did the tango, and I'm still here to tell the story. So that means, spoiler alert, I survived. And because of that, it put me in a place and a position to now be able to appreciate the life that I have in front of me. But it still was this like, well, why has it got to be so hard? But why do I have to struggle so much? And, in this place, here's what I want you to know. When I flip from asking, why do these things have to happen to me? And I start asking, what is this all for? I started searching for meaning in life, for purpose in the pain that I had experienced. And oh, what did I find? I found a new version of myself that I did not know was in existence. And what I'm telling you, there's a you inside of you that you haven't met yet. And I got that directly from my mentor, my brother, my friend, Mr. Trent Shelton. There's a you inside of you haven't met yet. And it is up to you to unlock and unleash the greatest version of yourself. How do you do that? When you're so consumed by everything that's happening around you. Well, you got to first get crystal clear on what you want most in this life and why you want it. What do you want most? If I ask you what you want, most people can't tell me. You will tell me of some offshoot, off-brand version, or maybe you'll tell me what people want for you, what your family wants for you, what your spouse wants for you. You'll tell me something that you think is acceptable for someone in your position in life. I ain't asked you that. I said, what do you want? And when you can get real, crystal clear, unapologetic about what you want most in this life, now you have a target that you can actually shoot for. With this target you can actually shoot for, now you can build towards it by figuring out why you want it. That's what's going to sustain you along the way when it gets hard, when you get tired, when you want to give up. I'm telling you these things because I felt all of those. I've been tired. I wanted to give up many times before in the past, but I was relentless about what I wanted most, and my why carried me through. And now, bada bing, bada boom, things got crazy. With the clarity that I decided what I wanted, I knew I wanted to inspire people with my gifts and my passions via coaching and stages. So I found a coach who was on stages that looked like everything I wanted to build. That was Mr. Trent Shelton. I started studying him and what he was doing. I started studying the moves he was making, not just empty, vain love. I love you so much. I love this so much, trying to get his attention. I started really supporting. I started really sending thoughtful messages and thoughtful comments on his DMs with no expectation of anything in return, not about what I could get back from him, because everybody's asking for something. I showed up to give him something. And when the time came, I went to one of his events, VIP. We connected. Next thing you know, a year later, I'm asking, yo, I want to do what you do the way you do it, with the right heart. I want to learn from you. Can I get in your presence, in proximity? Can I come to your event? Can I come move chairs, sweep floor, whatever you need me to do? because I want to learn what this takes, like learn what it takes to get to where you are. And he said, wow. And we started working together January of 2019 now. Golly, that was almost 4 years, 3 years. I don't know. It's going fast is all I know. But I share that with you because I hope you hear the lesson. I identified a person that was doing what I wanted to do, how I wanted to do it, and I went for it. And then it costs money. I mean, time is valuable. So I invested in it. But I can tell you what I made back, and I've made tenfold what I paid him in one speaking engagement just from, so that said, when you invest in yourself, that's the gift that keeps on giving. But you're asking me what it takes. Number one, identify what you want, why you want it. Get crystal clear on that. Realize you're not defined by any of the pain or the adversity that you've gone through in your life. Face the giants that are in front of you. Don't run away from it. Don't cower. There's greatness inside of you. You're greater, stronger, better than you realize you are, and you're more capable of accomplishing anything if you put your mind to it. And if the things you don't know how to do, you got to get in proximity with the people who do know how to do it, i.e. signing up, registering to be at this event that Tina has put all this incredible work in to build for you. For all you got to do is show up. Come on, man. And then you get in proximity with the people who are doing what you want to do, how you want to do it. You pick up what they're putting down. You learn the steps they took. You put it into your situation and apply it. And then you take the steps, and then you build the life that you love living, elevating you, your brand, and your business because you can. Straight up.
Yeah, woo! I can't wait for your event. Hearing you speak, I'm just like, So let's talk about your event. I actually won a ticket last year, but I wasn't able to go. Can you tell us what made you come up with that event? What's it about? How can we get to it? Would love to hear that.
Yeah, man, I'm actually incredibly blessed. Ashley Faye, it was a seed planted in her heart by God. She actually founded Embrace Your Ambition. And she, through a connection on Clubhouse, we connected, and she asked me would I be her keynote speaker. She approached me. She was like, I know you're probably too big for this, but if at all possible, I would love to have you. I can't afford you. And I'm like, man, get out of here with that. I don't move like that. Like if the heart is in alignment, we can make it work. And so we made it work. And I showed up to this event. It's called Embrace Your Ambition, which ambition gets a bad rap. When it's selfish, yeah, it should. But when it's about exploring more, because the more is for elevating and uplifting and serving others the greater good, why would you not go for everything that you want in this life? And so being a part of that and what she was able to build revolutionized my own mind and my heart, brought some healing to my heart in some areas. I went there to change everybody else's life, and the experience changed mine. So now I invite you to come be a part of it. It's live in the flesh in Denver, Colorado, June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So it's Thursday through Sunday for VIP. If you don't want to swing that many days, just get you a general admission ticket Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a weekend adventure in Denver, Colorado. And we just unleashed this new initiative called Proud to Pay. So if you want to come on the weekend and spend the weekend in the room where it happens with a lot of powerful people, you can pay any amount. Yeah, I said it. I didn't stutter. We normally charge the Dallas event. We charge $500 for that ticket for the weekend. You can get it for any amount. Somebody just paid $30 for their ticket, and that's perfect because it's the seed that they could afford to sow into themselves right now. Bless that human being. So you can get yours as well. You go to the website, it's listed here, eyambition.com. You can watch a video. You can kind of get a glimpse of what we do. You can see the previous speakers we've had. I'm talking A-list celebrity speakers that we bring in, and you can get in the room for the weekend for whatever amount. So listen, I'm saying, I'm about to yell at y'all because I can, but no, seriously, like proximity is power. Who you are connected to, who you are aligned with, who you build relationships. Relationships are keys that open doors. So in order to build a relationship, you got to go to the place where they are, investing in yourself. And that's the gift that keeps on giving.
This is my goal. So, we have this event this weekend. We already have over 100 people registered for this event on Saturday already. Okay. So I'm definitely coming to your event. I want to know who's coming with me. Like, I want to make it maybe a pink party, me and my girls getting all dressed up. Do we have an opportunity we can get dressed up? Because I love dressing up. Do you have some type of event? like that?
We do. We got all type of stuff, and we're planning on doing some special stuff that I can't give away. But the answer is yes. Yeah, you
That
can.
wall thing? Can
What's that?
I heard you talk about some wall thing, some climbing something.
Oh man, that's a lot. I ain't gonna give it away. Listen, sneak peek,
do it.
y'all have to see. But there will be some optional excursions. Optional, you ain't gotta do it. But her husband is certified. Like he does Mission Impossible stuff, like jumping out of planes. We ain't gonna be jumping out no planes, but there could be an opportunity for rappelling, like rock climbing, like real that type of stuff. I'm not participating, but he's certified. If I were to do it, I would do it with my business partner's husband because he's official, like for real. Like,
what's the weather going to be like there in June?
Summertime. So It's not going to be summertime in the South. Like it's probably 85, 90, sunny, pretty. Like it depends. It could be the occasional snow, but probably not. So, it's Colorado, it's Denver. So it could snow in June. It just could. But if it does, it typically doesn't stay long.
I love it. I see people on Instagram saying they want to go. I love it. What's one thing from last year's event that you can think of that pops out of your head that just impressed you about your events? And if you have any questions on Instagram, type them up now. Any questions on YouTube, let me know. What pops into your head?
I think one of the biggest differences I've heard people share about this event specifically is the proximity they get to the speakers. We try to keep it intimate. We don't have 30,000 people in a room, we don't have 1,000 people in the room. Like we try to keep it around 200, 300 max. And with that, the speakers that we bring in are so hard aligned. They're very generous with their time. So these are people you've seen on TV, people you've seen on like magazines, like big time speakers who come in and they really interact with you, not just the VIPs. Like if you're in the room and they're in the room, you can talk to them and they will talk to you and have a conversation and answer your questions. So it's almost like an unmerited access to people you don't always get access to.
I love it. I love it. And if you're just tuning in, we're talking about Elevate Your Business, an event that we're having this weekend. Marcus is going to be one of the speakers. He told us his background, how he came from Mississippi, how he worked super, super hard, how he had trainings with Les Brown and Trent Shelby. Thank you. I knew his name. And then how he came together, Breakfast with Champions, started his own event. And because of all those things leading up to that, now he's up for an award. Can you tell us about this award? I believe the voting has started.
That's so cool, man. Actually, that really blessed my heart in a positive, powerful way because I've been nominated for the Cheer Choice Awards. It is from an organization, a not-for-profit called Spread the Cheer USA, who serves families in need during holidays. So they just fed families for Thanksgiving, and they're getting prepared to give Christmas gifts and food to about 115 families. So that's what they do, but they also are about highlighting positive influencers online. So this award show, they do it in Las Vegas, like Oscar style, like Grammy style, like dress up to the nines. Like I gotta get a suit. I'm just proclaiming that I'm gonna be there, but it's a voting situation. The fans choose the winners and they're saying, who are your favorite positive influencers on the internet? So I've been nominated for most inspirational, motivational. And so you guys have an opportunity to vote. And if I'm in the top 5 this round, which is for the next 10 days, people can vote daily. A free vote. And if you want to purchase votes, I'm not asking you to do that, but if you want to, that money does go toward those 115 families this organization is going to serve. That is tax deductible as well because it is a nonprofit. And it's about blessing people at the end of the day. So while I would love to win the award, I do care about helping these families in need as well. So even your free vote raises awareness for this organization and what they're doing. So I'm grateful. I got to be in the top 5. I'm number 9 right now. So I got 10 days to get in the top 5. And then if I get in the top 5, I go to Vegas for the award show. I'm just keep talking because maybe you can't come back yet. But yeah, and I thank you guys for being here. I know I talked a lot about my event I'm hosting with Ashley Faye, like our event that we're building. Like, man, she's incredible for what she's been able to accomplish. Also, likewise, we've talked some about some of the other things I'm doing. But don't miss the purpose of this call, which is for me to see you in a couple of days and elevate your business. So you don't have no excuse. It has been created for
I don't know if you heard what I was saying. I was saying with this award, did you search for it? Did someone just nominate you? How did you get into that?
Yeah, I didn't search for it. I didn't even know it existed. I got nominated by someone who I ministered to like years ago. And so this person is on the board of the organization, and all of the board members got to nominate a person. And she said there was only one person in her mind she could think of and it was me. And so it really blessed my heart, your kindness, and you guys validating, her nomination by going and continuing to vote. I've already progressed like 4 rounds, so this is the final one to get to the show. Then there'll be one final round to determine who wins at the end. So, of the top 5. So that's it. Oh, I didn't search it out. They found me, and so I'm grateful for it.
Well, I just want to say Saturday we're going to rock out with everyone that's in the room. I'm going to start the room with it, in the middle, at the end when you talk. It's going to be amazing. You're definitely going to win this event. Thank you so much for coming through today. Thank you so much for just being you, for showing up for all of us, because you motivate me, you inspire me. Listening to you tell your story, it's just so much heart and soul. Anything you want to leave us with before you get out of here today?
The last thing I'll say is what you just heard me say. Like, I didn't know this award existed, but they found me just doing what I do. So some of you right now may feel unseen. You might feel overlooked. You might feel like people aren't showing up for you, like you're not supported. But that is not a reason for you to stop doing that which you are here to do, because you do it for the love, not for the likes. And if you do it for the love, all you got to do is keep showing up, and eventually they coming. People are watching you that you don't know are watching you. So you owe it to yourself and the people you are here to serve to keep showing up, to keep giving, stepping, walking boldly into your greatness, because you can. I love y'all for having me y'all this weekend.
I love it. You said, like it, do it because you love it, not for the likes.
Do it for the love, not for the likes.
Because you can. We are out, guys. Bye-bye. Peace in a bottle of hair grease. Thank you guys for rolling up.